sports, you're watching the NBA. The NBA regular season tips off. It's going to be Steve Nash and the Los Angeles Lakers up against the New Orleans Hornets. See you soon.
Live from New Orleans, we proudly bring you the Hornets here at the New Orleans Arena. Looking at the Lakers, they took the win in their last game against the Hawks.
They won that game at the offensive end, guys. It almost seemed like they got something out of every possession down the floor.
And Steve, the few times they did come up empty, it didn't really carry over. They never lost their momentum.
A look here as we present the State Farm starting five. A look at who the Lakers have on the floor. Kobe, Meta, and Kyle Gasol are the guys that make up the 2, 3, and 4 slots. Howard is out there with Nash. And for the Hornets, Ryan Anderson is at the 4, with Anthony Davis at the 5. Gordon the off guard with Aminu at the 3. And it's Vasquez in at the point guard position.
Well, trying times for Eric Gordon last season. Traded to the Hornets for Chris Paul, and then in the first game of the season injured his knee. Ended up getting knee surgery in February. Missed a lot of time. Hopefully he can stay healthy this season.
Now here's Nash. Turned in an outstanding game against Atlanta.
You know, he didn't have too much space to get that shot off, but for him, he had enough.
Kicks to Aminu. He feeds it to Davis. Rises up and throws it down.
He's short for the center position, but he makes up for it with tremendous leaping ability.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. And Steve, I think for Gordon, it came out that the knee injury may have preceded the trade. Some cartilage damage. That was what ended up requiring the surgery.
And the really powerfully built leapers in the NBA can suffer damage to their knees. It's a demanding game. It puts a lot of torque and pressure on the knee joint. Gordon has trimmed some of the baby fat since joining the NBA, but he's still one of the strongest guards in the league, and he has to be mindful of how much weight he's carrying.
You know, even from here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Yep, pretty obvious. And a good call by the officials.
The Hornets shooting their first free throws of the game. And the first one drops.
You know, when you're down and struggling, teams are not going to have any pity on you. They'll step right on your neck, and that's pretty much what happened to the Hornets last season. They missed some players with injury, and the West just ate them up.
Matt Barnes is checked in for the Lakers. And here's Nash outside, and another 3 for the Lakers.
That's all the space he needs, guys. He'll make you pay every time if you give him that shot.
And stolen by Barnes. And he slams it in one-handed.
You know, the dunk was great, but I didn't care for that interior defense there, guys. It was non-existent.
You're right, Clark. You know, it was way too easy. I don't think the coach either. Look at that place.
It doesn't get much easier than that. They have got to tighten up their defense. That was embarrassing.
And it's blocked by Gasol. Dishes it to Barnes. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Gasol, no good. Back to the Hornets, not a lot of room for error in the West, and for a large part of the season, Steve, they were just outmanned.
Well, yeah, I mean, they were a young group. They had a ton of injuries, and you look at the record, 14 and 34 against the West. Not surprising, given that they were in transition and playing in such a strong conference.
Tell you what, he's not going to win any high jump competition, so it's a good thing he doesn't have to go too far to get to the rim.
I'm not sure he could, or any of us could slip a piece of paper under him when he takes off.
Well, it doesn't matter much, though, Kevin, because he's such a big man. I mean, if he gets positioned, forget about it.
And it's the Hornets with the ball, following Steve Nash's 3. Quick move inside. And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
A platoon swap here for New Orleans. The Lakers also changing it up. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Gasol. Jamison comes in for Matt Barnes. And it's Devin Ebanks in for Meta World Peace. Now here's Rivers. Tight defense on him. Feeds to Ward. He dishes it to Henry. With 2 seconds left. Misses at the rim. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Lakers lead by 6. And All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
How about the three-point shooting? The scoring has really come in bunches from long range.
Yeah, it seems like every time down the floor they're knocking down the triple.
So with Kobe sitting on the bench, this is the group Mike Brown has right now. Steve Blake is out there with Jody Meeks. Then it's Matt Barnes. Then there's Antoine Jamison. And it's Howard in at the 5, down low. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, Dwight Howard's such an impact player defensively. You ask players around the league. Kyle Korver said he definitely changes the game. You can't just feed your post man. Not a lot of people can post up Dwight and score on him. Carlos Boozer said you have to break out something from your game. Step out and hit the jump shot a little bit. And guys, Joakim Noah maybe said it best. You'd better get your rest the night before, I'll tell you that. Wise words, Kevin.
Well, he'd know. We've seen some real battles between those two. Thanks, Doris. Here's Smith. That falls. Great assist by Vasquez.
Shooting much better here in the second quarter.
Yeah, their offense has really come alive. Can they come back and even it up? That's the question. Well, there's some very popular destinations for free agents around the league. Chicago, New York, Miami. But for me, the Lakers are still the premier market for players. A big city, a history of winning with the Laker organization, and fantastic weather, of course.
So both teams making some changes here. Kobe, that's for 2. And again, the Lakers, no good.
Yeah, that's a low percentage shot right there.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, he's got to...
Oh,
Look out!
Not stop. There's no way to stop that. I mean, there's nothing you can do when he's coming at him like that.
Well, that's right, Clark. Steve, he is a dangerous, dangerous player.
Yeah, especially when he gets to that launching pad right there in the lane. I mean, pretty one-handed finish. That was nice.
Special thanks to Sprite for that sweet replay.
Well, he's got the special ability, Kevin, to make shots while being heavily guarded. And I don't know how he does it, but he figures out a way to get the ball in the basket, even under pressure.
And the other thing about him that stands out is his body control in the air. Some guys are strong on the ground. This guy is strong in the air and can improvise his shot if he needs to.
Hakeem Warwick, he's checked in for the Hornets. Pau Gasol is checked in for the Lakers. Nash comes in for Darius Morris. Here's Rivers. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
It was hard to get a read on Austin Rivers for most people coming out of college. Would he be a 1 or a 2 at the pro level? Either way, the Hornets got a great player to pair up with Anthony Davis.
And the Hornets making a change here. Henry's checked in. Devin Ebanks, he's checked in for the Lakers. The Hornets trail by 7. Here's Rivers. And their work on the board pays off with the second chance points. Lakers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Now the pass to Kobe. World peace on the wing. Kobe passes it to Gasol. Back to Kobe for 3. Gasol kicks to Kobe. Here's world peace. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Davis is checked in for Warwick. Jason Smith comes in for Ryan Anderson. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for Xavier Henry. And it's Vasquez in for Rivers. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Gasol. Jamison comes in for Meta World Peace. Matt Barnes is checked in for Devin Ebanks. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Steve Nash. Blake misses. And here comes Gordon. 14 points from him the last game against Orlando.
Did a great job picking the defense apart, too. It wasn't just his scoring. Give him credit for his passing in that game, too.
Second quarter ends in a tight one. Lakers on top, leading by 3. Well, folks.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Welcome to 2K Sports. It'll be the Bulls out at United Center.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Gotta like what Steve Nash has done in this game.
All game long, he's been dialed in from deep, hitting 3 after 3.
And his sharpshooting display should open up the floor, as they'll have to try to clamp down on him from outside, and that could open up other lanes.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So the Hornets 5 right now. Gordon the off guard with Aminu at the 3. Ryan Anderson is at the 4 with Anthony Davis at the 5. And it's Vasquez in at the 1.
And of course, the big story last year for New Orleans was the saga of the Chris Paul trade that wasn't to the Lakers, and then the subsequent trade that was to the Clippers. And what a tough position for Monty Williams and his coaching staff to be in, but they handled it pretty well. I think as Eric Gordon gets healthy and more productive this year, the Hornets will improve.
Outside, Davis. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Great finish there, Kevin. Took it strong to the cup.
Yeah, an aggressive 2-handed jam.
And that's the kind you like, especially in traffic. You got to make sure.
Well, the nation was watching that entire trade situation with Chris Paul and him eventually going to the Clippers. But good players, I think, Clark, ended up in New Orleans. Players they can probably build around for the future.
Yeah, and to follow up on what Steve said, the Hornets will be much better off with a healthy Eric Gordon. He's an outstanding young player, and last year will be a distant memory soon enough.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Vasquez kicks to Gordon. Davis. Dwight Howard pulls it in.
Anthony Davis, the #1 overall pick in the draft, a national champion and most outstanding player of the Final Four with Kentucky, and the potential is just incredible. So skilled, so big, good kid, likes coaching, loves basketball. He's got an incredible future ahead of him.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Some nice passing here by New Orleans. And it's Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got his 4th rebound in this one. Clark, for Davis, the offense going to come, but, he is seen as a player who can be a franchise defensive presence, and that might be enough right there.
Well, last year in college, he averaged 5 block shots per game, the most blocks ever by an NCAA freshman, 4th overall in the history of NCAA hoops. So he's going to block shots, and he actually keeps a lot of them in bounds, so that'll impact any team he plays for, even at the NBA level.
New Orleans making some changes here. Davis is checked in for Lopez. And it's Anderson in for Hakeem Warwick. Vasquez kicks to Henry. Gordon guarded by Kobe. And there's Eric Gordon on the assist by Henry. Gordon's got his second bucket.
Beautiful finesse move right there. I mean, you've got to love that finger roll finish.
Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Davis. Vasquez kicks to Gordon. Hammers it home.
When he goes hard to the rim like that, the defenders should just save their energy and let him go.
Well, he was nearly able to get there, just a step slow.
I think he was lucky he didn't get all the way there. I mean, he may have gotten run over.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Aminu comes in for Ryan Anderson. Roger Mason is subbed in for Xavier Henry.
And you know why he was open there. They didn't commit too much defense to him, and you can see why. He has trouble making that shot.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Gordon kicks to Vasquez. Back to Gordon. The shot's good. Vasquez making the play. Vasquez has got assist number 5 here tonight. And here's Kobe from the arc. Gordon with the defensive effort. Puts up the prayer. Can't get it to go. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. Who's had the Sprite Uncontainable Game in this one? Well, let's go to Doris Burke.
Hi, guys. The Uncontainable Game Award goes to Steve Nash. His first 3 quarters were terrific. This game probably wouldn't be nearly as close if it weren't for his contributions. But he's got more work ahead of him as we go to the 4th period. Gentlemen?
Okay, thank you, Doris. He has made a major contribution, hasn't he?
Oh, definitely, Kevin. I mean, I don't know where this team would be without the performance he's put in today.
Yeah, I think the game would have clearly taken on a different complexion for sure, but my goodness, so far he's done whatever is necessary to make sure they come out on top.
So with Nash sitting on the bench, this is the group Mike Brown has right now. Matt Barnes is out there with Antawn Jamison. Then it's Jody Meeks. Then it's Darius Morris. And it's Hill, and at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Anderson, the veteran, hybrid 4 out of Cal, Berkeley. One of the best shooting 4-men we've ever seen in the game. Quick trigger from long range. He can really space the floor.
And he loves those corner threes. Some three-point shooters aren't volume scorers, but he puts up a lot of points in that force spot.
And an easy look from outside. You can't give him that much time and space.
Now, and that's been a theme here tonight, Clark. They're going to have to do a better job of closing out and getting a hand up on three-point shooters.
Gordon for 3. The shot's good. Vasquez making the play. Vasquez has got his 6th assist on the night. There's Nash with the 3. That is good. Nash has got 19 points.
What a quick response. Give up a 3, get a 3.
They're a pretty resilient team. I'll give them that. You got to respect them for coming back that way.
And Davis throws it down.
And the shootout continues.
Trading buckets both ways. I mean, offense definitely the focal point for these teams.
Nash gets to Kobe. Stolen by Gordon. On the wing, Eric Gordon. The shot's good. Vasquez making the play. 14 points for Eric Gordon.
Seems to be recovering after that rough first half. Really starting to play well here.
Here's Gasol. And it's out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're leading by 1. 1:36 left in the 4th quarter.
Boy, he wants to get everybody on the same wavelength, that's for sure. He may change up some things here as well.
Looks to me like he saw something that wasn't on the plan and picked now as the time to address it. I don't have a problem with that.
Antawn Jamison's checked in for Meta World Peace. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yes, Kevin, thank you. Monty Williams had some words for his team. He wants them to pick it up and really go for it right now, saying, no time like the present, gentlemen. Embrace it. Embrace the spotlight, and let's make it happen. Kevin, let's see what they can do.
Not his forte. I don't really like that shot, and you can tell the defense is just asking him to take it.
Broke loose. Outside, Kobe. It's good from long range. And the Lakers lead by 2.
That's 9 straight points coming off 3 three-pointers. The defense just getting shelled.
Steve, the threes are killing them. I think they've got to find a way to chase them off the three-point line.
And a fast break now for the Hornets. He kicks it to Anderson. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hornets will retain possession. Timeout called the Lakers. They're ahead by 2. 43 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Here is Vasquez, defended by Nash. Nash against Gordon, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Steve Nash. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And it's Gordon penetrating. He passes it to Davis. Aminu. It falls! A huge shot to tie it up.
Big time shot.
Really clutch.
Kobe passes to Howard. Shoots the 3. Can't knock in the 3. Time call here. The Hornets decide to talk it over. And this matchup with the Lakers, it's their first meeting of the season. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Here's Vasquez. Oh, off target.
That's an easy shot there. That's a shot that he should make more often than not. Guy's been an artist with that three-point shot.
He sure has been, Steve. I mean, the majority of his points have come from out there.
For the tie. Oh, he couldn't make that shot go to force overtime. And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
You know, nobody...
According to